Hey, folks. Thanks for attending the Contributor Summit North America 2022 planning meeting. I am the host today, Jason DeTiberos, because Bob is not able to be here today, and we have relatively light attendance, so it's probably going to speed through things pretty quickly today. And let's get started with Ray. He's got a conflict coming up, and try to get him in before he has to drop.
Tracking sheet was created by Bob, so Contribex owns it. I assigned all the different SIGs to myself, Mars, and Joseph. And Kazan replied on the Crafternetty's Slack channel. Thank you very much for stepping in. And this is for the award design as well. I have two questions. One is like, so want to start reaching out to the SIG leads, starting off with the chairs and tech leads Slack channel, leads email group, then reaching out individually. But I did see that an email was going to go out to like KDev on the Contributor Summit announcement. I haven't seen that go out yet. Is that going out today? Because I kind of want to piggyback off that.
So it hasn't gone out yet. What I'm waiting for is the COVID guidelines update for KubeCon because it has COVID information in it, which I think is important for folks who are looking at registering for the event and everything. So the page on the KubeCon site got updated saying that they'll have that updated by tomorrow. It used to say by the 19th and now it says by the 23rd. Yeah. So that's what I'm waiting for.
Thank you. And the only reason why I want to piggy off because part of the question, the reach out where the reach is talking about, hey, we're hosting it at the Contributor Summit, and I don't want to, put that before the actual announcement that the Contributor Summit's actually out. Lastly, I want to ask Brianne if there was any reply back from the vendor for to create the awards. So we kind of established that due date.
Yes, so I did hear back from the vendor and they said, yes, we can place the order and have them shipped to the venue so we can hand them out on site. They said the absolute last day we can order them by is September 16th. So coming up. Okay. Yes, it's very quick. But yes, that is the order by date.
All right. All right. I was hoping it's gonna be later. Just want to get some feedback from some folks. Do we feel that if we start reaching out for awardees now until September 16th, so that's 3 weeks, is that not too much? Not a lot. That's not a lot of time. I mean, it can be enough time, but yeah. What do folks feel if you're a SIG co-chair? If that's, and some folks here are SIG co-chairs, is that enough time to send appropriate nominations?
So in the past, having to try to organize SIGs for things like the SIG meet and greet and everything, 3 weeks sounds pretty difficult. You're, some of the SIGs will respond right away and you'll get immediate feedback, but other ones you'll have to kind of repeat messaging a few times before you get in a response. And I think if that's the timeline that we have to work on, that's the timeline that we have to work on. Then just let them know, hey, time sensitive, deadline. And if they don't get it in, I guess they don't get it in.
Well, I think we could also drop ship to the award because not everyone's going to be at the Contributor Summit, right? So I'm assuming that we'll have a link for folks to have the award shipped to their home. All right. Yeah, I do agree. Last year it took us about a month to get all the award nominations. So I wish we had another week, but it might be doable. As Bob also stated, worst case scenario, we just have one award and we just present that one award and have everything shipped. So, all right, I just have to spend a few cycles on it. Think about this. All right, that's it for me.
All right. Any questions, comments, concerns for Ray for awards? No. All right. I guess we can jump back into what would normally be the lead updates. I didn't get any information from Bob or Jiffy as far as specific updates they had. I think the only thing to keep in mind right now is that the next deadline that we have listed at the top of the dock is the room layout and AV finalization on the 29th. So 1 week from today. And with that, I think we can jump into the CNCF updates. Brianne?
Yes, so I actually don't have a whole lot today either. Just a reminder, registration is live. So reports will start coming to you guys this week. Just working out with Deb on, what the best way to get that over to you is. Evening reception venue options have also been sent to Bob and Jiffy for review. So I'm sure they'll be sharing that soon. And then yes, upcoming deadlines are the hoodie artwork due to me August 29th, room layouts and requirements August 29th, AV requirements August 29th, and then the awards order again September 16th. So keep those in mind. Otherwise, that's pretty much all I had for today.
There I go, for getting to mute already. Any questions for Brianne around the CNCF updates? Nope. All right, we can jump into, oh, sorry.
I wanted to mention the Hoodie Designs. Do we want to take a look at, I made a few updates to them. I haven't tried the KISS font yet. I was actually going to try that, but I had a couple of other designs that I wanted to show to people. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Alrighty. Can you give me access to share my screen?
There you go. Should be good now.
Alrighty. Yep. Okay. So here you see the top two are options that I have for the front of the hoodie, and the bottom two are options for the back of the hoodie. The difference between the bottom two is just the thickness of the contributor summit NA text. Yeah, so I'll share these in the Slack channel. Not sure how best to accumulate people's votes on the different designs. But that's what I've got. Feedback, welcome.
All right. Were there still challenges around the number of colors there? I think there was some questions around that last week.
Yeah, so the back does have 4 colors. I could mess around with it to try to get it down to 3 if we think that we need to. The front can definitely be 1 color. Either of these is only 1. The question is the 4.
I think that's fine. I know for pricing, when I was kind of talking to the vendor, they had just automatically priced out at 3 colors. Obviously 4 colors will be slightly more expensive, but when we had mentioned it to Bob, he didn't seem to think that was an issue. So
okay, cool. If it's absolutely needed though, I can go back and try to work some magic and see what we can do. But
okay.
Awesome. Thank you. Any other questions or comments around the CNCF updates? I actually just remembered for the registration, if any of the leads or shadows have not yet registered with the link at the top of the document for the staff link, please go ahead and do that. Unfortunately, I don't see Nabrun here. I don't know if we have one of the shadows from Reg to verify that, but anyway, just double check with, the other leads and shadows, make sure that they've gone ahead and registered so that we have that information in there. And if I think there was the deadline already passed for the staff swag that Bob was working on. So hopefully everybody got their sizes in and everything for that. That said, I can go ahead and move on to content. This week's gonna start kicking things in for content. I've got the historical data and I've started compiling the list of what we've done historically. And this week, the plan is to go ahead and get out an initial CFP form, even if we don't have all of the individual categories that we want blocked out yet, because we can always kind of work with that later. The biggest thing is going to be figuring out what type of content related to the room formats, and that's about it. So the type of content for the room formats and getting the CFP form out this week so that we can kind of keep that drip of announcements going about on a weekly cadence for to get those additional registrations going out. So that's the plan. And any questions there?
Based on the content and room layout, I think we might need to already prepare the AV requirements, right? Most
Well, yeah,
probably-
that was the big thing, you know, being able to lock down the AV requirements. That said, you know, I think a lot of it from the historical data, it seems pretty clear. The unconference stuff seems to be much better received than the predefined talks anyway. One of the big feedbacks from San Diego is that everybody pretty much congregated in the hallways and there was light attendance for all the sessions in San Diego. So I'm hesitant to kind of fill up too much pre-programmed content and probably lean a lot more heavily on the unconference content, because we saw a lot more engagement in LA related to that.
and
Or
Valencia
not LA, but
was also
Valencia.
great.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
And
So-
if you need a panel, maybe we need to ask for more mics this time, because like if like have the remote chance to get a panel again, even the steering AMA, maybe we get a few more mics this time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just to be sure.
There's nothing worse than, you know, watching people like pass around like the lapel mic or something to try to talk, for sure. Yeah. Thank you for that. Any other questions or comments around content? Nope. All right, then let's jump into communications. Kaslin?
Hello. As I said earlier when Ray was talking, we're waiting on the COVID protocol updates for KubeCon in order to send the first email. First email has information about registration, it includes the COVID protocols. It has a little bit about content. It's got a little bit of everything. The next email after that is the content focused email. So we'll want to get that sorted out pretty quickly. We'll want to have as much detail on how we want to collect content and everything as we can. So I guess I'll be reaching out to you on that, Jason.
Thank you. Any additional questions or comments for communications?
I think we got some communications from Emmy about some protocols at KubeCon, vaccination requirements.
So we have, like, they've sent out some communications about them, but they haven't put them on the publicly available page yet.
Got it. Thank you.
So I want to make sure that they're publicly
tomorrow.
available. Yeah.
It's
I want to make sure
scheduled
that
for
they're
the
publicly
23rd.
available.
Ambassador channel says also August 23rd through
Okay, yeah.
5 different channels, including a blog post.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for asking.
All right. Any other questions for Kaslin? No?
Also, I'll mention that we now have Buffer to schedule our tweets. So that's going to be exciting.
That is awesome. All right. Do we have anybody that can provide updates for registration. Yep. And we already covered awards with Ray. So over to you, Xander, for the celebration.
Yeah, I don't have too much to share at this point. Well, one, I'm mostly like, if there's anything that's needed from me, please let me know. Like, if there's any decision points I need to be weighing in on or anything like that. I guess I'm not too sure what info is needed from me at this point. The only update that I have is that I was originally going to have Lockie do trivia again, but as it turns out, he's not going to be able to make it to Detroit this year. So I'm thinking that, you know, we could still do the trivia. It was, I thought it was fun, but we just need to find, we need to source the questions elsewhere. I'm happy to help run it at the event if someone wants to do that with me. I'm sure I can find somebody, but we'll have to figure out some questions, and maybe Lockie would be willing to put some questions together ahead of time too. I can chat with him, but yeah, that's really all I have for now. But again, if there's anything that's needed from me on like a decision on venue or anything like that, yeah, just let me know. I'm here.
All right. Thank you, Xander. Any questions for Xander around the celebration? No. All right. That'll bring us to ops, and Noah's not here today. I think, Jim, you were one of the shadows for that. Do you have any updates there?
Yep, no major updates, still kind of general outreach and things are rolling.
Awesome. Any questions around ops for Jim? No? All right. Anything else? Anybody else have anything they want to share or any questions related to the event? No? Well, if not, we can go ahead and cut it short. Thank you all very much, and we'll see you next week.
Thank
Bye.
you. See ya.